Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahilladzi hadana lihada wa ma kunna linahtadiya laula an hadanallah. Allahumma shalli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, dear brothers and sisters in Islam, rahimakumullah. So inshallah we continue our study on hadith Riyadh Saliheen, written by Imam Nawawi rahimahullah. Last time, 2 weeks ago, we studied on lecture 46. Name of the chapter, Imam Nawawi named the chapter Bab Fadlul Hubbi Fillah, Bab about the virtue of love because of Allah SWT. To love our brothers, not because same country, not because same kaisa, same company, not because same university, but because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fadlu al-hubbu fillah wal hathu alayhi, and also motivation on love because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa i'lamur rajul man yuhibbuhu annahu yuhibbuhu, and also it is teach in Islam, if you love someone, then you should tell him. Inshallah we read the hadith. وَمَاذَا يَقُولُ لَهُ إِذَا أَعْلَمَهُ, and what if someone say to you that they love you, what should you say to answer them? So first about Fadlul Hubbi Fillah, we repeat the review first inshallah. Last time we read the hadith on Anas ibn Malik radiallahu anhu from Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad said, Thalathun man kunna fihi wajada bihinna halawat al-iman. There are 3 things. If people have these things, then he will taste the sweetness of iman. Halawat al-iman. He will taste the sweetness of iman. So those 3 things are ayyakuna Allah wa rasuluhu ahabba ilayhi mimma siwahuma. Allah and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is the most loved by him compared to any others. So the one which he loved most is Allah SWT and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And also here, love to Allah SWT is same with the love to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, because Prophet ﷺ is messengers of Allah SWT. So if you love Allah, then you should love Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, which is the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? And this is also in Surah An-Nisa, I think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that whoever obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then he obey. Whoever obey Prophet ﷺ, then he obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala automatically, because Allah and Prophet ﷺ is in the same. Because Prophet ﷺ is the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So this is the first. Ayyakuna Allahu wa rasuluhu ahabba ilayhi mimma siwahuma. If someone loves most to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet ﷺ, then inshallah he will feel the halawat al-iman, the sweetness of iman. He will feel the sweetness of iman. How he feel the sweetness of iman? Just a little bit discussion, but because usually if you love someone, then you will be able to sacrifice for those things. If you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you love Prophet ﷺ, then you're able to sacrifice for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're able to sacrifice for Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So at that time, maybe you will feel the sweetness of iman. Even other people think maybe that you are crazy, maybe. But you say, I'm following Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm following Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. People say against you, but then you feel the sweetness of iman. I do this because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I believe to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I do what is told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At that time, inshallah, we'll feel the sweetness of iman. Okay? As many stories, Ashabul Kahfi, Ashabul Ukhdud, people which tested by Ukhdud, they feel the sweetness of iman. Even the story of Bilal, he burned from the sun in the daytime, and also big rock upon him, but still he said Ahad, Allah Ahad. So he feel the love to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At that time he feel halawat al-iman, the sweetness of iman. The second, أَيُحِبَّ الْمَرْأَ لَا يُحِبُّهُ إِلَّا لِلَّهِ. If you love someone, but the only reason you love him is only because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You love him because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So at that time, inshallah, we also will feel the halawat al-iman, the sweetness of iman. Okay? And this is related with the chapter. أَنْ يُحِبَّ الْمَرْأَ لَا يُحِبُّهُ إِلَّا لِلَّهِ. You love someone, you didn't love him only because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So this is the second thing, and this is related with this chapter. To love our brothers because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also sisters to sisters, and to our sisters in general. Okay? To all the Muslim in general. Okay? And the third, وَأَن يَكْرَهَ أَن يَعُودَ فِي الْكُفْرِ بَعْدَ أَن أَنْقَذَهُ اللَّهُ مِنْهُ كَمَا يَكْرَهُ أَن يُقْذَفَ فِي النَّارِ. And the third one, this is also we need to think about this. Prophet ﷺ said, if you feel hate to be returned to the past condition, when you didn't know Islam, you didn't feel Iman, you hate to return in that condition. Okay? بعد أن أنقذه الله, after Allah SWT saved you with this guidance, with this hidayah. Maybe before you didn't care about Islam, you didn't care about what is wajibat, what is sunnah. You just do whatever you want. You just do whatever you wanted. Okay? Allah SWT said this in the beginning of Surah Muhammad. يَأْكُلُونَ كَمَا تَأْكُلُ الْأَنْعَامُ. They eat as the an'am, the animals eat. Whenever they want, they just eat. Okay? So they didn't know the rule. Maybe that time we have that time. Then alhamdulillah, Allah SWT saved us. Allah SWT give us iman, inshallah, and also guide us. So after this, did we have this feeling to hate? We hate to return in that condition. كَمَا يَكْرَهُ أَنْ يُقْذَفَ فِي النَّارِ. The same hate as you hate if you thrown into the fire. Of course we are hate to thrown into the fire. Okay? But the problem is, did we feel those hate? Or sometimes we miss those time. But this is problem. If we miss those times, so this is problem. The time when maybe we didn't care about Sharia, didn't care about Quran, didn't care about Hadith. Okay? So we should hate to return into that time. Okay? So this is the third thing. If we have this, inshallah, we'll feel halawat al-iman, the sweetness of iman. Okay? And the point of this chapter is the second, la yuhibbuhu ayyuhibbu al-mar'a la yuhibbuhu illa lillah. That we love someone, the only reason we love him is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second hadith about from Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, about seven type of people, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect them in the hereafter, in the time when there is no protection except protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So those seven people are Imamun Adil, leader which just leader, justice, leader which lead with justice. Okay? And then Shabun Nasha'a fi ibadatillahi azza wa jalla. Shabun, youth, young people which grow in the worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He grow with the habit, with the tradition to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he spend many of his time or her time in worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second. The third, وَرَجُلٌ قَلْبُهُ مُؤَلَّكٌ بِالْمَسَاجِدِ. And a rajul, a person which his heart is attached to the mosque, attached to the mosque. If you read the explanation of the scholars, what does it mean attached to the mosque? What do you think? Attached to the mosque. In general, attached to the mosque, his heart, he tried to improve the condition of the mosque. But the first thing is he to pray in the mosque. This is the first. So imaratul masjid, to make masjid ma'mur in Arabic. Imaratul masjid. the first one is to pray in the mosque, to do pray in the mosque. So it doesn't mean if someone always stay in the mosque, then we say his heart is attached to mosque. This is not even he go out, but when the time of pray, then he goes to the mosque. This is then his heart or her heart is attached to the mosque. So it doesn't mean he need to stay always in the mosque. Okay? But the most important is he do pray, in particular for a man. He do pray in the mosque. Okay? As best as he can, of course, to pray in the mosque. And then the next, وَرَجُلَانْ تَهَابَّا فِي اللَّهِ اجْتَمَعَ عَلَيْهِ وَتَفَرَّقَا عَلَيْهِ. And two persons, they love each other because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Two persons, they love each other because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They gather because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they separate also because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Maybe they need to separate because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This happened in time of Sahaba. They separate. Some Sahaba go to Yaman, some Sahaba go to other area. The scholars sometimes give us more appreciation about this. Can you imagine? Prophet Salam told you to go to Yaman. So of course this is hard. Why? Because of course the companion wanted to be in Medina, stay with Prophet Muhammad Salam, the one they really love. But again, because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they separate. They go away from Prophet Salam because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is one of the example. اجتمع عليه وتفرق عليه. They get it because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they separate also. The reason is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is also inshallah, including if you go out for business reason. But basically the business is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To support to be on yourself. This is one of the Islamic teaching. Not to be people who begging to others. We discussed this many times about the importance of Muslim to be, to can survive by himself. And if you do business, maybe you can do good to Islam, inshallah. So at the time, when your business is also for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you separate for the reason of business. Maybe you said, okay, you do business in other part, maybe like our brothers Abdullah, we didn't see him again. Do business in Pakistan maybe, or in Dubai, or in Pakistan? In Dubai. So hopefully because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we get it because of Allah, and we separate because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, this is some of the importance of our intention. Make it because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even this is business, study, or anything, inshallah, the root is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is ibadah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? And this is the point related with this chapter. The next people is rajulun da'athum ra'atun dhatu mansibin wa jamal. A person, a guy, then ladies, beautiful ladies and respected ladies, ask him to do zina. Ask him to do zina. Beautiful ladies and also respected ladies. Okay? Ask him to do zina. فَقَالَ, then this person said, إِنِّي أَخَافُ اللَّهِ. Sorry, I'm afraid of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنِّي أَخَافُ اللَّهِ. So these people, Allah will protect him in the hereafter. So there is opportunity, and the ladies is beautiful, the ladies also respected ladies, but he say, إِنِّي أَخَافُ اللَّهِ. I'm afraid of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Their story in the scholars, the famous scholars, then some ladies, beautiful ladies in the city, she said in her heart, I'll try to ask these scholars. So in one condition he asked these scholars, and then when there are only two, he tried to seduce these scholars. But alhamdulillah, the scholars again say, Inni akhafullah, and try to remember to remind the ladies about the hereafter, about the punishment in the hereafter. But alhamdulillah, these ladies, finally he realized. Then he also afraid of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then these ladies turn into good ladies. Turn into a good ladies. So again, this is not easy. This is not easy. We need hidayah, guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the next, وَرَجُلٌ تَصَدَّقَ بِصَدَقَةٍ, and a person who performs sadaqah and he kept this. He didn't publish. وَأَخْفَاهَا, he kept this. He kept it secret. حَتَّى لَا تَعْلَمَ شِمَالُهُ مَا تُنْفِقُ يَمِينُهُ, until, in this hadith said, his left hand didn't know what is given by his right hand. For instance, until his wife didn't know, his best friend didn't know, his people didn't know. He didn't publish this. And the last, وَرَجُلٌ ذَكَرَ اللَّهِ خَالِيًا فَفَاضَتْ عَيْنَاهُ, a person who remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in himself alone, فَفَاضَتْ عَيْنَاهُ, okay? Then he cried because of remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He remembered Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then because of this, he cried to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For many reasons. Because maybe he think the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is given by him, then he really thanked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then he cried. Maybe he remembered the ma'siyah he performed in spite of all the ni'mah given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but he still didn't do many things. So he cried to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So many things will make him cry. Even by just remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this might make us cry actually. But if our heart many problems, because ma'siyah or bad things turn our heart into hard, it is difficult to cry. So we need to make it soft by dhikr, by reading Quran, by attending this kind of majlis, inshallah, to make our heart soften, inshallah. Okay, so this is 7 people. But the point is, among these 7 people, there are people which they gathered because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they separate because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They love only because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also from Abu Hurairah, in the hadith said, Prophet said, Inna Allah ta'ala yakulu yawm al-qiyamah, in the hereafter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, Aina al-mutahabbuna bi jalali, where is the person who loved each other because of me? So remember, in the hereafter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will announce, will find these people. Aina al-mutahabbuna bi jalali, where is the person who loved each other, who loved among them because of me? Not because of any reason, but because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah will looking for this person. Okay? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also said, Al-yawma, today, udhilluhum fi dhilli yawma la dhilla illa dhilli, I will protect them. Today I will protect them in a time when there is no protection except my protection. So of course we really hope at that time we might say, okay, I'm here. But of course we cannot lie there. We cannot just say, I'm here, but we didn't. Then Allah will say, no, not you. In many hadiths, like say, kadabta, you're lying. Because Allah knows. So what should we do? To be one of them is to love because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Love person because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not of any reason. Okay? Not of any reason. And don't forget, also this is include our family. This is include also your wife, our wife. Love them because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Love them because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not for other things. And also tell them to love you, to love us because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not because you're handsome. No, this is good, alhamdulillah. But this is not the only reason. The most important reason is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tell her, teach her, don't love me because of my wealthy, my handsomeness, because anything, because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if family is built by love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looking for this person, then we can say, our family, we love each other because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So inshallah we will be in a really good things, in happiness. Okay? So again, we love because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we give nasiha to our family. Why? Because we love them because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Yeah. we need, this is also maybe one of the basic things we need to remind in our family. We love also our wife, not only because they're beautiful, alhamdulillah, but because we love her because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this love is actually higher than those, because physical is maybe change. Physical things maybe change, okay? By years or by many things. But again, if our love is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then inshallah it will bring good things for us in dunya and also inshallah in akhirah. Okay? And so this is things that about the virtue of love because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The next hadith is related about how we can be love each other. How we can be love each other. Also from Abu Hurairah, Prophet ﷺ said, Qala Rasulullah ﷺ, Abu Hurairah said, Qala Rasulullah ﷺ, Walladhi nafsi biyadi. So in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which my soul in his hand, in hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is promise of our Prophet ﷺ. Walladhi nafsi biyadi. So for the one which my soul is in his hand, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, La tadkhulul jannata hatta tu'minu. You will not enter Jannah, you will not enter heaven of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hatta tu'minu, until you have iman. Until you have iman. And then, wala tu'minu, and you will not have iman, hatta tahabbu, until you love each other. So subhanallah, this is also other thing. You will not become a mu'min, having iman, until you love each other. So love among Muslims is an important thing. This is one of the condition that the people is truly iman. So people who have iman, they should love each other. No hate among the Muslim. If he hate his brother, then he should ask about his iman. Why he hate his brothers? Prophet ﷺ said, وَلَا تُؤْمِنُوا حَتَّى تَهَابُوا. You will not become Muslim or mu'min until you love each other. Tahabu means each other. Until you love each other. So this is actually something we need to evaluate to ourselves, to our family, to our community as a Muslim. Why hatred? Feeling of hate is sometimes so strong in our community. That makes many problems in our community. Because if we are Muslim, then we should love each other. That if we love each other, then there should be no problems. Okay, inshallah. Right? So this is something we need to correct. We need to evaluate to ourselves about our love among Muslim, among mu'min. And then after this, Prophet ﷺ said again. Prophet ﷺ gives solution. أَوَلَا أَدُلُّكُمْ عَلَى شَيْءٍ إِذَا فَعَلْتُمُوهُ تَهَابَبْتُمْ. So you will not enter Jannah until you become mu'min, and you will not become mu'min until you love each other. Then the problem is how to be love each other. The Prophet said, do you mind if I told you something? If you do it, then you will love each other. The Prophet gave the solution, Afshu salama bainakum. Spread as-salam among you. So one of the way to strengthen our love is by Afshu salam, saying assalamu alaikum when we met our brothers. Assalamu alaikum, and the complete one, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. So the meaning is really great. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. So we pray for our brothers, assalam, barakah, rahmah, and barakah. 3 things for our brothers every time we met, and also by shaking hand. So this is barakah. And the hadith says, when 2 brothers met, also sisters and sister met, and they shaking hand, and they say salam, then what will happen? Yeah, the sins of these 2 persons is gone. The sin of these 2 persons is gone. So if you realize this, so inshallah it will bring love also among us, among the Muslim. So simple thing from our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Afshu salam bainakum. And also the most important is to spread salam even with the one we didn't know. With the one we didn't know. If we know for sure that he is Muslim, let's say Assalamu alaikum. If we know that he is a Muslim. Okay? If we didn't know, if you're in a Muslim country, mean probability to be Muslim is high, maybe it's good to say Assalamu alaikum, to say salam. But here in Japan, maybe not to everyone. But if we think he is Muslim, he showed the sign of a Muslim, then it is okay. Not okay, it is recommended to say salam to them. To say salam to them. Okay? So this is the nasiha from our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay? Okay. And in this hadith also there is Prophet Sallam said that Islam teach us to love Al-Ansar. Who is Ansar? Ansar?
Japanese Ansar.
Yeah. Margaret is Mujahideen. Ansar is who stay in.
Margaret is.
Yeah. Is it the people of Japan? We can say Ansar. I don't know. But means in the hadith is people of Ansar. Prophet Sallam said from the companion Barra bin Azib radiallahu anhuma, from the Prophet Sallam said about Ansar, La yuhibbuhum illa mu'min. No one love Ansar except they are mu'min. Wala yubghiduhum illa munafiq. And if someone hate Ansar, then Prophet Sallam said illa munafiq. That is the sign of that they are munafiq. Man ahabbahum ahabbahu Allah. Who love Ansar, then Allah will love them. وَمَنْ أَبْغَدَهُمْ أَبْغَدَهُ اللَّهُ. And who hate Ansar, then Allah also hate them. Okay? This is the virtue of Al-Ansar, because how they help this da'wah. How they help this da'wah. They accept Islam when Islam didn't accept in Medina. They accept Islam, they accept the Muslim in the time of critical time. So that's why Allah give high value for people of Al-Ansar. Okay. Okay. So about teaching in Islam, it is teach if you love someone that you should say to him. Okay. So in this hadith, first it's story about the meeting between Abu Idris al-Khawlani rahimahullah. This is tabi'in, people who live in after the time of Sahaba. Abu Idris one day he entered in the mosque of Damascus. Where is Damascus? Damascus. And then at that time when he entered the mosque, he see young person is people gathered around this young person. And they ask this young person, if they have problem, they ask this young person, and they follow this young person. So he think how great this is, this young person. Then he said, who is this person? Who is this person? And then people said, Hada Mu'adh ibn Jabal. So this is the companion, Mu'adh ibn Jabal. Then he said, okay, I want to talk with Mu'adh. Then in the next morning, he go earlier to meet Mu'adh. And then when he met Mu'adh, he said, Wallahi inni la uhibbuka lillah. Wallahi, so in the name of Allah, I love you because of Allah subhanahu. So see, this is the tradition among the Saliheen before us, our Salaf Salih. They met, and the first word, they didn't ask many things. They just said, Wallahi inni uhibbuka fillah. I love you because of Allah subhanahu. Because he see this person is really good, okay? In the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then they met, they said directly, Wallahi inni la uhibbuka fillah. I love you because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the first words. They didn't say about anything, directly say Wallahi inni la uhibbuka fillah. And then Mu'adh said, Allah, in Arabic Allah means is it really because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So Mu'adh makes sure. Is it really because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Fakultu, then Abu Idris al-Khawlani said, yes, Allah, because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Mu'adh again said, Allah, is it because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And then he said again, yes. And then Mu'adh, after that, he hugged the Abu Idris al-Khawlani, and then he said, Abshir, be happy. Abshir, be happy. فَإِنِّي سَمِعْتُ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ said, because I heard Prophet ﷺ say, وَجَبَتْ مَحَبَّتِي لِلْمُتَهَبِّينَ فِيَّ. Allah will love someone who love other people because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's why Mu'adh said, is it because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And then Abu Idris said, yes. Is it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Yes. Then he said, Alhamdulillah, be happy. Because if you love me because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah will love you. Because Prophet ﷺ said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, wajabat mahabbati. So this word is also strong message here. Wajabat mahabbati means love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is obligation for him. It is obligation for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to love him. And only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who can give obligation for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one can make obligation. No one can tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what to do. But here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told himself what to do. He obligated himself to love someone who loved because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Wajabat mahabbati lil mutahabbina fiyya. Also, wal mutajalisina fiyya. This is related with this kind of majlis. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also obligate his love to a person who gathered in the majlis. The reason is because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They gathered in majlis only because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not because of other things. Okay? Mutahabbina fiyya, mutajalisina fiyya, wal mutazawirina fiyya. And the third, mutazawirina fiyya. They came to his brothers. They performed safar to meet his brothers. Ziyarah. In Pakistan, you use the word ziyarah. Ziyarah. One person makes ziyarah to other person because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That if you done this, then Allah obligate himself to love you. To love you. We make ziyarah because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this hadith also, in this chapter said, if someone came to his brother for ziyarah, then Allah will send what? Will send malaika to came with him and to make dua along the journey. To make dua to this person along the journey. To say it in the dua that Allah loves you because you're loved to this person. Okay. So ziyarah, because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is really also, the virtue is really high in Islam. Really recommended in Islam. Because this is one of the reasons that Allah will love us. One of the reasons Allah will love us. And the last in this hadith, wal mutabaddilina fi. Mutabaddilin is the one who tabaddul is who give because of Allah. He gives because of Allah. For instance, we have some meeting, then he gives something in the meeting, the food or other thing. This means mutabaddilin. He do something, he gives something because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He performs something, he done some effort because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so this fourth thing, love because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make majlis because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, making safar or ziyarah because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and do some effort to give because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By doing this, inshallah, Mu'adh bin Jabal said that he heard Prophet ﷺ say, if you didn't done this for, then inshallah Allah will love you. Allah will love you. Okay? So Allah will love you. And then the next, our Prophet ﷺ said to hadith from Abu Karima al-Miqdad bin Ma'di Karib, from the companion Abu Karima Miqdad bin Ma'di Karib radhiyallahu anhu, ani Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet said, "Idza ahabba ar-rajulu akhahu falyukhbir annahu yuhibbu." If someone loves others, then he should say to these brothers that he love him. So this is teach in Islam. If you love someone, say to him. Say to him. Okay? Also in the hadith, one time, Prophet ﷺ stayed with one person. Okay? Anas bin Malik tell the story of this. That another person, but this person not Anas bin Malik, but Anas tell the story. Anna rajulan kana inda Rasulillah inda Nabiy sallallahu alaihi wasallam. With one person, famarra rajulun bih, and then another person came or across them. Faqala, then this person said to the Prophet sallallahu Ya Rasulullah, inni la uhibbu hada. Oh Prophet sallallahu, I love this person. I love this person. Faqala lahu Nabiy sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet sallallahu said to him, to this person, a'alam tahu, have you told him? If you love him, have you told him? Then he said, La, no, I haven't told him. Qala, the Prophet said, a'limhu, then told him that you love him. Okay? Falahiqahu faqala, then this person catch those person and then came and then said, Inni uhibbuka fillah, I love you because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is Islamic society. We are so explicit in saying love. Okay? In saying love. And also many symbol of love. Saying the love and also holding hands. Holding hands. About holding hands maybe in the next hadith, but here this person said Inni uhibbuka fillah, then that person answer, and this is teach us how to answer if someone told us that he loves us. Then we answer ahabbaka alladhi ahbabtani lah. This is dua. Ahabbaka alladhi ahbabtani lah. If you love me, then may the one who you love me for him will love you. Means may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love you. And of course it is also good to say to him back then that you also love your brothers. You love your brothers. Okay? So this is the story. Okay. And the next hadith maybe our last hadith from Mu'adh radiyallahu anhu anna Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam Prophet sallam akhadha biyadihi. Prophet sallam hold his hand. Okay. And also this is one of the style, the Islamic style, teach by Prophet sallam to holding hands. Maybe feels not so. We feel strange about this. I don't know in Pakistan. People hold hand among guys to guys. Actually, this is teaching Islam. If you love him, then we keep his hand. If you talk to him, then hold his hand. Keep him. If you walk with your friend from here to Asakusa, then it is good to keep his hand. To keep his hand, not her hand. This is another society. Maybe this is Western society or non-Muslim society. A non-family, non-mahram, men and ladies, it is like so common. They hold their hand each other. In Islam, actually the one we teach is mahram. Mahram is included man to man is in mahram. Ladies to ladies also to hold their hands. This is the symbol of love in Islam. But if you perform this, maybe someone say then you're gay. He said you're gay.
In Malaysia and in Malaysia, I saw many people shake.
Yeah. I mean,
man's to man, go to the mosque and everyone.
Yeah.
I see.
So this is Prophet ﷺ hold the hand of Mu'adh bin Jabal. Hold the hand of Mu'adh bin Jabal. And also in the story, Prophet ﷺ never touched the hand of non-mahram. Never touched the skin of the non-mahram. This is hard actually to avoid, for instance, shaking hand with non-mahram. Prophet ﷺ never shake hand directly with the non-mahram. Okay? So we should avoid this. If you read the hadith, it's actually really hard. Because in the hadith, Prophet ﷺ said, compared to your touch, the non-mahram, then it is better than, anyone knows the hadith or understand or remember the hadith? It is better than you to be house to put the how the to put the metal here across your hand, your head. It is better than you touch the mahram. Prophet ﷺ make this comparison, and to show that this is dangerous or not good for us. But again, we need to do this, and we need to try to spread this teaching of Islam, and try our best to avoid what is forbidden by our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So what is nasiha of Prophet sallam to Mu'adh? Prophet sallam said, "Ya Mu'adh, O Mu'adh, wallahi inni la uhibbuka." So again, Prophet sallam said, explicitly said to Mu'adh, "O Mu'adh, wallahi, in the name of Allah, I love you. I love you. Inni uhibbuka. Thumma usika ya Mu'adh." And then I give you nasiha, O Mu'adh, la tada'anna fi duburi kulli salatin taqul. Never forget in the end of your prayer to say the dhikr. So Prophet ﷺ give hadiyah, which is the amal, to Mu'adh. Don't forget in the last part of your prayer to say the dhikr, Allahumma inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. The scholars say this is we said in Tahiyatul Akhir before salam. Then it is recommended to say these words, this dua, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, help me to remember you. Help me to make dhikr to you. Wa shukrika. Help me to thank you, to make shukr, to thank you. Wa husni ibadatik. And help me to worship you in a good way. Help me to worship you in a good way. Okay? So hopefully we can practice this message of our Prophet Muhammad so salam by saying in the last of Tahiyyat, Allahumma a'inni, Allahumma, O Allah, a'inni. A'inni means help me. A'inni, help me. Ala dhikrika, to remember you. Wa shukrika, and to perform shukr, or to thank you. Wa husni ibadatik, and to do a good worship to you, O Allah. Okay? So this is nasiha of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu to Mu'adh bin Jabal radiallahu anhu. So we complete the hadith in this chapter, inshallah. So hopefully again we can motivate ourselves to love others only because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And again we can start from our family, and we remind also our family to build the love because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also maybe then we can continue to the, for instance, to our community also. Then we gather because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not because of other thing, not because of other reason, not because of dunya, but because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By doing this, inshallah, as we read the hadith, wajabat mahabbat, then Allah will love us. Allah will love us, inshallah. Okay. So this is for this chapter. Inshallah, next week, inshallah, we discuss the next chapter related with we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but then the most important is, did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love us? Did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love us? So the next chapter named by Imam Nawawi, alamatu hubbillahi ta'ala lil abdi, the sign when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves someone, what will happen to this person. Okay? And also to seek and to seek how to get love from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Maybe that's all for this week. Hopefully Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us guidance, give us power to follow the teaching of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the teaching of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to understand and also to apply this teaching of Islam, inshallah. Hadana Allah wa iyyakum ajma'in. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Khairu da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Adhan? Sudah.